Professor Worgley is here, just getting done with the slides. Let's come back to the code example. Make sure you save all your work. We're going to go to number 5, click.html, and let's take a look at what we have. So if I open this up using the live preview, click on the Thunderbolt. I'm going to close out these other tabs. And you're going to see here I have things to do. So I have a to-do list. You'll see here this is an ordered list, and I have each list item. You can think of it similar to a table. I can have an ordered list or an unordered list. An ordered list will have the digits next to it. An unordered list will have the bullets next to it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to program this in JavaScript, and then we'll take a look at how we can program the same thing using jQuery, and we'll see which one is better. So here, let's say I have a JavaScript function called disappear, and when this function is called, I pass in the to-do. And once I pass the to-do in, I'm going to change the style, and I'm going to add a transition to the opacity, which is going to take 1 second. And I'm going to set the opacity to 0, so it's going to be invisible, and it'll take 1 second to do so. So it'll have a nice transition effect instead of just jumping to invisible directly. Now, this function takes in a parameter of each to-do item. So I could do something like this. I could say onClick, and then I can call that function. So let's call disappear. And I need to pass in the to-do item. So once they click on this, I can actually pass in the keyword this, which is going to reference the current DOM object. And if I have the current DOM object, I can then reference the style property as well as the transition and opacity. So I'm going to put it on 1. I'm going to save the code, refresh the page, click on the first to-do, and you'll see it disappear. Now, if I try to click on the second to-do, nothing happens. So with JavaScript, I'd have to add this onClick to every element on the page. Now, that's fine. Let's say I had some PHP code. I have some server code, and the server is dynamically creating this list for me based off what I have in the database. So in that case, PHP would be writing this, and it wouldn't be too big of a deal, but it's still not the best way to write this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this first list item. I'm going to comment it out by clicking Control/ or Command/. I'm going to paste it on a new line. Let's see how we can do the same thing using jQuery without having to write this onClick. I'm going to call the jQuery function using the $. The jQuery function takes a parameter. You'll see I have the ID to-dos. So what I can do is, based off the ID to-dos, any element that is a child of the to-dos, that is a list item, I'm going to select it. I'm going to add a click function to it. I usually like to do this in one line at first. That way I get my close bracket and my close parenthesis as well as my semicolon. Once that's set up, I'll do a new line, and then I can write the code that's going to be executed. So first, let's just do a print. I'll do a console log, and I'll just say hello world to make sure this click function is working properly. So this should select all of the list items, no matter how many there are, add a click function to it, and then once I click on it, it should display that to the console. So let's refresh the page, right-click, do an inspect, open up the console, and then click on the first element. So you'll see nothing is happening. However, I'm not getting the error with the $. So jQuery is imported, so that's not the problem. What I want you to do is take a look at this code and try to figure out why the click function is not working properly. Do that, and I'll see you in the next video.